The Ravens Flock presents The Black Files, an uncensored interview and review podcast for all geek fandom.
Welcome everybody, friends and pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world. Pop a squat, pop open a cold one with all of your friends. It is Wednesday night, only a couple of hairs past 10 p.m., and you have been granted access to the uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. So, whether you're a friend or you're a fiend, boy, girl, or in between, you are tuned in to a brand new episode of The Black Files.
All right. Happy to be here with all our viewers watching at home, all our listeners, subscribers, inner flockers, lurkers, everybody here enjoying this evening on Wednesday, June 4th. And I hope for those of our Florida audience, we're over here staying dry indoors away from the wet weather.
God, this mugging humidity is kicking my butt. I swear to
There's
God.
only one good benefit out of this weather, and that is that it makes us sleepier.
Sleepier. Yeah, because I totally need to be sleepier this time around. Like I'm launching the biggest project of my life, like doing this campaign, and I haven't been able to finish all the work that I need to do on the computer because I'm so sleepy. So you're thinking that I gotta be sleepier? More sleep? Why? No. Why? I mean, like, listen, I'm not really the type of guy to argue against sleep. However, I am the kind of guy who hates himself enough to forego sleep in order to get shit done. I don't know what my point is, but my point is, welcome to the Black Files, folks. I'm your host, Juan Arouse, one of the heads of the Ravens flock, the tech guru of the team. I'm the guy who still can't seem to get his work computer synchronized with the clock on it, synchronized with the rest of the freaking world. It's like behind by like 30 seconds. And it's annoying, and it hurts, and my brain is trying not to fart. Thankfully, tonight I am not alone. We are a little bit lighter on our roster tonight. Angel Mendez and Dragonfang Cosplay could not join us. They both have work stuff they need to take care of. But joining us tonight here, of course, are some more of the usual suspects. Let's give it up for the for one of the two Starlight Roads here, cosplayer extraordinaire and lovely ladies of the Ravens flock. Give it up for Zayana Rose Cosplay.
1 second.
I'm going to bed in a few minutes, but hi guys.
Oh,
That was sister.
there you go. Hi, Dragonfang. Yeah, no,
I thought you were already in bed.
I thought you were already in bed.
She
Yeah, I
was
was about to say.
finishing something up, and then she's literally throwing herself on the bed and knocking out.
Please throw
Okay,
yourself
then.
on the bed. Take the sleep
She
that
has
I
to make
dare
sure
not, because
that
I'm a masochist.
job stuff is ready in the morning.
Oh.
Job clothes.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. No worries then.
No, I get you.
But yes, hello everyone. It's already been a week.
I know, and it's only Wednesday. Fuck.
And it's Wednesday. Are you sure it's Wednesday? It feels like Saturday.
I know, right? What the shit, man? It feels like
It's-
feels like it should be
it
Friday
sucks.
already, but it's not. It's Liar Friday.
It sucks. I worked 10 hours on Monday because of an issue. So I am, and then I got up early half an hour on Tuesday. So I'm over by 2.5 hours, and I'm not gonna be even keep the overtime. So I'm gonna have to shave it off. But
you
I'm not
gotta be kidding.
happy.
That is some bull crap. I hate when jobs
We're not
do
allowed
that.
overtime.
You're not allowed overtime? That is such BS.
The higher ups need to.
Oh my
put it-
god, that is unbelievable. Like, folks, just remember, your employers are not your friends. They are your employers. They only care about your well-being as far as they can throw you when it comes to doing your jobs. So, thank you for joining us, Zayana. For the love of God, when we're done, you go to sleep too, for Christ's sake. And of course, I
nope.
know what's sleep. I'm the same way. Don't stress it so hard. And let's not forget the main man himself, the founder of the Ravens flock, the executive producer and content manager of our channel, host of Wrestle Rewind live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and host of the Ravens flock live every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Give it up for Mr. Jose Casabona!
Thank you very much for that warm introduction, Wancho. Happy to be here, and sleep seems to be the earlier theme. And speaking of sleep, folks, you should not sleep on Juan's rants.
No, you really shouldn't. I do like to sprinkle in some kernels of truth in my rants, and those are the kind of kernels of truth that folks would need to pay closer attention to and stuff, because fuck, like, sometimes I manage to pull a nugget of gold out, even when I'm not searching for it. Jose, do us a favor. I'm flustered and flabbergasted over here. Take care of the usual housekeeping.
Fine. I'll take care of the housekeeping. You eat your cookie.
I already ate the cookies.
Then drink your drink.
Yeah, well, I'll drink my drink in a minute when it's time for me to drink my drink.
All right. Well, folks, like all our other shows, we are simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. So be sure to hit the subscribe and follow button. Click the notification bell for all our updates. Leave your questions and comments below. We'll answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens flock, then you can become an inner flocker. And for $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell
Well,
them.
for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you're here to help rescue the Ravens flock from the clutches of late-stage capitalism to become full-time streamers. Since 2013, we've been working hard, staying strong, and making your voice our mission. The only thing standing in our way now is the fact that we have to work 9 to 5 jobs just to keep the lights on. However, there's a way that you can help rescue us from this dim and dismal fate, which is what you folks have been doing for us this whole time, which is just supporting the Ravens flock by liking our content and commenting both during the live stream and after the stream on the replay. That lets YouTube's algorithm know that you like what you see and you want more people to see it. And the more activity and commenting and stuff that's going on, the busier it looks, the busier it sounds, and that'll get the algorithm to zip and pop you up a little higher up in their disgusting fucking algorithmic way of monitoring content rather than quality. They do it with just volume there. Of course, also by sharing our content across all your social medias, telling your friends, telling your family, telling everyone that you know and love who may have a passion for geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between about the fine work that we've been doing here at the Ravens Flock, proselytizing the good word and the virtues of nerd and geek culture while speaking truth to power within our community. And of course, most importantly, making sure that you're subscribed and making sure that your notification bell is set to all alerts. That way, you don't miss a beat. The more you do that, the more subscribers can come our way. The more subscribers that come our way, the more inner flockers can convert out of that. And before you know it, we'll finally be able to shed the shackles of capitalism. We'll be able to finally shed the restraints that bind us and allow us to elevate into higher planes, the planes of self-employment. With your help, we can and will succeed. You also get access to members first and members only content, a special discounts for our merch store, link in the description below, and you get access to all of us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite Motley Crue nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, and your ideas to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. I see in the chat, Kyle Canada's over here, Brandon Ogden, yes, rest in peace, John Redcorn, you're right, we're going to be getting into that very shortly. Vicenter Macrocephalus is in the chat, Mr. Quake, my family told me about this, it's a shocker. Christopher Justice, of course, yeet, and Nikki Bella helping hold it down on the mod side of things. And Kyle was also saying, at least your computer turns on. Thank goodness it does, because you guys have heard you've heard us complain about the computer being a POS, being old and crazy. So you can imagine how little faith we have in the computer these days. But there is something that I do have faith on. I'll tell you this right now. For the last couple days, and I'm giving you guys a little bit of a fourth wall break here for you. For the last couple days, I'm finally back on a medication that I have been needing for over a year because of my chronic condition. Look at it this way. If you've been out of a medicine and you jump right back into the same dosage that you used to be on, rather than slowly, incrementally re-establishing yourself on the medication, you get all the side effects all at once, and it sucks. I swear to God, it feels like I took a flu shot or a COVID shot or something. I'm like, yeah, I feel sluggish. I feel like freaking, like my stomach was turning somersaults. I had to have K-Storm set up the computer for me, but because I had a, shall we say, a code 3, if you would, and thank God that is not happening anymore. But another thing, but one thing that I can rely on rather than my own body's ability to acclimate to medication is the undeniable power of our partners at Glitch Energy. That's how I'm getting through it all, folks.
That's right, folks. Glitch Energy is the specially formulated smart energy blend, a beverage for all the geeks and nerds to enjoy, and it keeps our bodies running all day long. Comes complete with 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 lag, and of course, 0 crash. And make sure you bookmark glitchenergy.com on your browser to keep up to date with all the new flavors and all their special offers. And as of right now, they have one of the special offers they have is that if you sign up for their newsletter, you'll receive a 15% discount on your very first order.
Yay! It's a no-brainer, guys. It's just an email. You don't have to get in on it all the time. But you know what? Savings is savings, right?
Savings is
Yeah.
savings indeed,
Now-
and of course, flavor is one thing that Glitch Energy definitely thrives on. If you look at their selection on glitchenergy.com, there are different flavor combinations, different varieties to choose from, and there's always something for everyone. What's that? You're broke? You can't afford the full price? Don't worry about it, because Glitch Energy has got you covered. They are nice, and they work with you in paying off the full total pricing using Google Pay's
Cash App.
Cash App Afterpay.
There we go. That's more like it. For example, the Monasurge beverage over here shown on screen, which is a sour blue raspberry flavor, inspired by the RPG game Elysia. The normal retail price $34.95, but if you use their Cash App Afterpay, you can pay it off with 4 interest-free payments of just $8.74. And it gets better, because not only can you use the Afterpay stuff on it, but you can use your discounts from us as well. If you head to glitchenergy.com, make sure before you check out to use our promo code FLOCKFUEL. That'll give you 20% off of your order, and it'll make sure that payment that you got just comes down just a little bit lower for you, makes it a little more affordable, and makes it a little more manageable. Thankfully, the one thing that's keeping me alive tonight is our Holly's Jolly Jolt, which was the special edition flavor that they came out with for Holiday Matsuri. And yeah, I'm chugging this down, and it is so smooth. It's a cranberry punch flavored cranberry lemonade punch, so it's just chef's kiss.
Absolutely.
Like Angel likes to say, if we don't like the flavor, then we don't sell it and we don't buy it. So when we're giving you our personal seal of approval over here to let you know that Glitch Energy is the real deal, Holyfield.
Exactly. As Juan said, if you go to glitchenergy.com and use our promo code FLOCKFUEL, you'll receive a 20% discount on your order, so don't delay. Go to glitchenergy.com. Summerhead time has arrived. Use our promo code FLOCKFUEL. Get your glitch now.
We want to once again thank Glitch Energy for partnering with the Ravens Flock. All right, so wait, why did it blink out and then blink back on? There we go. There. Go.
Okay.
Shoot.
Yeah,
All
no.
right.
Before we talk about this, we need to put up an obligatory disclaimer. This is necessary.
You're absolutely right in this one, Jose, and I'm going to go ahead and throw the obligatory disclaimer up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody in between, the following episode of The Black Files, it deals with an extremely difficult subject that's not suitable for all audiences. We're dealing with a violent death of someone, and I don't just mean violent as in, oh, it was just done violently. It was like, this was clearly a systematic form of harassment and mistreatment, which ultimately led to someone's death. If this is not the kind of story that you're into, then I totally understand. We'll see you on the next show, and we'll totally understand you there, but we also want to make perfectly clear, nobody here at the Ravens Flock in any way, shape, or form is condoning any violent action against anyone. It's not the answer. I like to play around with that. So does Angel a lot. But in this instance, we're not fucking around. We're not goofing around. We're being serious. We're being completely honest with you. This is not for the faint of heart, and this is a very disturbing set of events that we're going to be discussing tonight. So viewer discretion is advised. If you're sticking around and you don't like it, it's your own damn fault. And we're not responsible.
You were warned.
Yeah, you've been duly warned. Obligatory disclaimer done. Hassan Terrell, how's it going, Hassan? Yeah, happy Pride Day. Actually, happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. That's actually a core part of all this, which kind of fucked it all up, doesn't it? It's Pride Month here, folks, and yeah, and if you, in case you didn't know, we here at the Ravens Flock, whether we are ourselves members of the LGBTQ community or just very staunch allies, we celebrate Pride Month just as well as any other like progressive group of millennials and nerds and weirdos who just want to love freely and want to spread kindness and shit. Yeah, we could be wild, we could be crazy, it could be really goofy, but at the end of the day, we mean the best for everyone because we want what's best for everyone else here. And what do you call it? Like I said, many of us are in the Raves flock are direct members of the LGBTQ community. K Storm herself is biromantic aro ace. Jose and I are practice polyamory. And you know, I've got my wife and I've got my girlfriend. It's like, who, by the way, Effie, I love you, sweetheart. I know you're doing all
And most
right,
importantly,
buddy.
we're actually nice human beings, and we're not a bunch of homophobic assholes.
We're trying not to be, yeah. And Angel, he may not be in the LGBTQ community, but he's an ally, and he cares about people being treated the way everyone equally. Which is the funny thing. I remember one of his hallmarks in it is like, on the day everyone treats everyone like an asshole is the day when we'll have true equality or something like that. Because, like, okay, you want equal rights, that's all right. That just means that everyone gets to treat everyone like a jerk. I don't remember the exact words, but that was basically the idea. Haley Ray, how's it going, Haley Ray Stout? Welcome to the Black Files. We appreciate you. Yeah, people are already getting their Switch too early. Oh my god, what the hell?
Yep. But you
Why are
can't
you-
use it.
Where are you getting this money from? Oh my god, it's
Well,
expensive.
oh, thank you, Fight Center. Black File level, Wesley Snipes. Oh my god. Yeah, no, this is right over there. Like, it's almost Vanta Black level of clearance. So we're getting dark over here. 2 scoops. Man, I could use some ice cream.
Oh,
Are you
man.
saying
All right.
we could double dip the glitch energy promotions? Probably. You probably can. Yeah. So in case we. So we don't bury the lead any further. I know Zayana, Dragonfang, y'all are members as well.
Oh, sis went to bed.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
She gone.
yeah. Dragonfang's knocked out. Zayana, you're
Huh?
Oh no, is part of the LGBT also. Because
Oh,
because
bisexual grace.
Okay, thank you. Brain forgot which part of asexual you were on there, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on it. Now, you guys were probably wondering who this ruggedly shaggy man with the silver beard and the graying in his hair with the jean vest could have been on our thumbnail. I probably have no clue who the hell he is just from his looks. This is an actor by the name of Jonathan Joss. He was 59 years old, and yes, he was a voice actor. He was one of the actors on King of the Hill. He specifically voiced John Redcorn, and that would be the Native American guy who Dale's wife was having an affair with this entire time, all these years, and nobody fucking figured it out. Even with them having his Dale's son is really John Redcorn's son, but everybody's oblivious to it. And that's that was the running gag for King of the Hill for so long. And yeah, we hate to be the bearer of bad news here. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. Yeah, he was unfortunately shot dead this past Sunday, June 1st, right at the beginning of Pride Month.
Jeez, of course, it's the first day.
Because of fucking...
And it's such shitty timing too, because on the day before, on May 30th, 2025, there was they showed an announcement of the revival of the premiere date for the revival of King of the Hill, which will be airing on Hulu and Disney Plus. And we thought, and when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, all the old characters are coming back. Yes, even this guy.
Yeah, no, it was like, oh hey, everybody's gonna be coming back for this. It's so weird. And lo and behold, he's shot dead. He's gone. Literally all we've got about it is as far as anything involving his passing was on USA Today. For instance, his death was being covered there just with a quick little blurb video, and that's it. I'm like, no, there's more to it than that. and it's insane that people are not giving it the kind of coverage it needs. So in terms of digging through it all, I was actually going. I'm actually going through it right now, and other websites over here. So as we speak, I'm double checking other news articles. Oh God! Oh, this one breaks my fucking heart. Oh my fucking God, guys. Okay, so
Mhm.
okay, just to give you an idea of how weird his treatment is being here. Let me give you this one little bit. And you're right, Brandon Ogden. It was such a hate crime because it turns out that not only is Jonathan Joss a Native American, but he was also gay. He's also a member of the LGBTQ community. He
Mhm.
was a gay man, and that he didn't let that define him in terms of his work or anything, because that was like his business. But still, um, let me just show you guys exactly one fucking problem with this. So starting off with the Variety magazine article. So I think I put the link on there. Yeah, sorry, my Chromebook froze. You're okay, Haley Ray. Our computer's being pee pee poo poo, so you're totally all right. So the headline on it reads: 2 days before he was killed, Jonathan Joss crashed a King of the Hill panel. Here's what happened in the room. And this is written by Michael Schneider, and this was put up. Okay, stop it. Stop it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and this was put up today. All right, so here we go. A few hours before I scheduled to moderate the King of the Hill reunion revival panel last Friday at Austin's ATX TV Festival, I got to watch the first 2 episodes of the highly anticipated upcoming return. Most of the show's main characters are back, but have aged since we last saw them in 2009. Hank and Peggy are retired, and Bobby's now a successful 21-year-old sushi chef. Isn't that sweet? That's exactly what he needed over here. Among supporting characters in episode 2, we see neighbor Nancy Gribble, voiced by Ashley Gardner, as well as the object of her not-so-secret love affair, John Redcorn, voiced by Jonathan Joss. Gardner and Joss weren't included on the ATX panel, as it was meant to be a small gathering led by creators Mike Judge, also the voice of Hank Hill and Boomhauer, and Greg Daniels. Also on stage were just 3 additional actors: Pamela Adlin, who plays Bobby Hill, Toby Huss, who's taking over as Dale Gribble, and Lauren Tom, who's Connie has a prominent role in the new season. Let's see here. So it continues there. That's why Joss wasn't asked to be a part of the panel, but apparently he was quite miffed about it. About 37 minutes in, began to discuss the 2023 death of writer and star Johnny Hardwick, who had voiced the conspiracy theory-minded Dale since the show's beginning. In finding a replacement for Hardwick, Judge and Daniels decided to keep it in the family and tapped Huss, who also voices Khan and Cotton Hill in the show's original run, to take over as Dale. The fact that let's see here. The fact that you guys trusted me to do his voice again was really humbling, Huss said. It's with a lot of love and respect for that guy, because he laid down a really wonderful goofball character. The character was a nut, but he had a lot of weird heart to him, and that's a credit to Johnny. We love our guy Johnny, and so sad he's not here. At that moment, Joss leapt up from the audience and walked towards one of the microphones that had been set up for audience questions. Those mics weren't live, however, as we hadn't yet started that portion of the panel. There's Jonathan Joss, who plays John Redcorn, Daniel said, introducing him. And at first, it appears that Joss interrupted the panel to pay tribute to Hardwick. You were talking about Johnny. I wanted to say something about him, Joss said. But then Joss started to refer to what he was told was as he had walked over to the mic. This young man said, I couldn't stand over there. He said, I guess he didn't know that my land's already gone. He said the mic wasn't going to be used, and I'm an actor. I see a mic, I use it. I see a wrong, I make it right. I want to breathe. Joss referenced his San Antonio home burning down. Our house burned down 3 months ago. Adding the unusual moment at that point, someone in the audience screamed out in Hank Hill, damn it, Bobby! And Joss continues, because I'm gay. He also quoted one of John Redcorn's songs in King of the Hill, There's a hole in my pocket where my money should go, before going on a few more tangents. At that point, the panel was frozen, and the crowd and the crowd was nervously laughing, not sure how to proceed. One of the panelists let out a to which Joss responded, "What? You're doing the same thing, sir. The mind's full of emotion and it's real." He then finally made his point about Hardwick. "Johnny, he gave you guys a character because he is that character. He is that person." There was another pause, and Judge reintroduced Joss to the crowd. "This is Jonathan Joss, the voice of John Redcorn." At that point, Joss left the microphone and walked past the stage. It's unclear what happened after that, but Joss was cut off by security or taken away at that moment. He walked away on his own accord. We returned to talking about the show and how the return of King of the Hill would be, also acknowledge the death of two more stars, Brittany Murphy, who played Luann, and Tom Petty, who voiced Lucky. Executive producer Saladin Patterson didn't elaborate on how they would be addressed, but said, quote, "We found opportunities to let them be referenced in the show, I feel in a very respectful way. Given the awkwardness of Joss's interruption, the Q&A panel was then scrapped, and instead of ending with fan questions, we wrapped when I asked Judge and Adeline to promote the series' return in the voices of Hank and Bobby. We showed one more preview clip and left the stage. Backstage after the panel, the stars and creators discussed Joss's interruption, and it was agreed that letting him speak and not involving security was the proper choice. The moment was jarring for everyone on stage. That made the news that he had been killed just 2 days later even more shocking. So, like, it just continues from here. So, you could tell that Jonathan Joss, he was already in a really stressed out, insanely, like, high alert, hair standing on the back of your neck kind of state of mind this whole time. And he was sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, his house was fucking burned down, for goodness sake.
Yeah, and it's terrible because I'm also looking up exactly what happened with his house burning. Let's see here, so I can actually find the rest of everything that went on. Let me see here. Yeah. All right. So I think this BBC article might be able to do it the best. And I'll go ahead and I'll reference that to everyone here. Ziana, Jose, your thoughts so far? Because, like, you know, just getting the initial sense of how Jonathan Joss must have been stressing and how he must have been wigging out prior to him being killed there. Also, how's it going there, Lisa Boo? Welcome to the Black Files. We appreciate you joining us. He was in a bad place.
Right,
it's so sad.
All right, so you asked for me and Ziana Rose our thoughts. Well, I've already exclaimed because, like, yeah, no, the guy lost his home, for goodness sake. It is burned down. Like, can you imagine, like, not having a roof over your head, like, during that time, like, and worrying about where you're gonna stay next? Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I agree because, like, it's already traumatic to be involved in a fire, even more so when it's your house, even more so when it's gone. And you're like, again, like Jose said, where are you going to go? Sure, maybe you have family. What if the family is halfway across the country? You can't just pack up and leave just like that. And also, all of your belongings are gone. Things that can be replaced, but also things that cannot. So, like, no one will be in a good frame of mind after that. You are literally in flight mode the entire time.
Exactly, and you know, we've been in those kind of situations ourselves over here, not in losing a home in that manner, but basically in situations where we were basically left without a home, where we weren't able to live where we wanted to anymore. So it's crazy, and it really is one of the most stressful experiences that anyone can go through here. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna go through the BBC article and see if there's anything more regarding Jonathan Joss's career and his situation here. So you guys will see it. King of the Hill and Parks and Rec actor shot dead. Oh yeah, he was also on Parks and Rec. He played Chief Ken Hotati in Parks and Recreation. Jose, you remember?
Oh no! I remember seeing a couple of episodes involved with him. Yeah, no, he was there chatting it up with Leslie Knope.
Yeah, basically, he ran the local casino in Pawnee, there, and he was not above using his status as a Native American to guilt trip and spook the hell out of the folks in the offices there to get his way. And he was such an ass about it, but at the same time, you could also tell that like he was like fucking like just not apologetic about it at all. Like one of the first clips you see it with him was like, "Oh hey, Chief, it's good to see you again. Good seeing you too. Would you care for a water or something to drink? Water? You mean like fire water? That's racist. You know that?" And Leslie's like, "Oh God, like I'm just fucking with you. I'm just kidding with you. But seriously, I'll have a whiskey though." It's like, Jesus, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, no, that was funny.
So it was clearly, just a funny character there. Let me see here. U.S. actor Jonathan Johnson is shot dead in what his husband says was a homophobic hate crime, although police have said they have found no evidence of that. That's the fucking thing that gets me. Just from the beginning there, the cops don't consider this shit to be a hate crime? Are you kidding me? Did I skip a century or something? What the fuck? Let me take a look here. Joss 59, he was only 59, fuck. Was known for joining John Redcorn, playing Jacob Yep. His husband, Tristan Kern de Gonzalez, said a man, quote, started yelling violent homophobic slurs, then opened fire when they were visiting their former home, which was destroyed in a fire in January. Police in Texas said, quote, despite online claims of this being a hate crime, currently the investigation has found no evidence to indicate that Mr. Joss's murder was related to a sexual orientation. Motherfuck that. The shooting happened when the couple went back to their site, the site of their own home, which, quote, was burned down after over 2 years of threats from people in the area who repeatedly told us they would set it on fire, Gonzalez wrote on Facebook. I'm actually trying to pull up the statement from Tristan Kern de Gonzalez, Jonathan Joss's widower. And yeah, you see, here he is right there on Parks and Rec there, up like across Amy Poehler's character Leslie Knope. So
yeah,
I'm okay. This is really small print, so I'm gonna go ahead and there we go. Just bring that up a little more.
No, you good. You good.
No, to show people here. Okay, so June 2nd. Oh my God, that was on K-Storm's birthday. Fuck. Statement from Tristan Kern de Gonzalez, husband of Jonathan Joss. And if you wish to read this on the Facebooks yourself, then here's the link to it. You are free to look that up on your own time, Let's see. My husband, Jonathan Joss, and I were involved in a shooting while checking the mail at the site of our former home. That home was burned down after over 2 years of threats from people in the area who repeatedly told us they would set it on fire. We reported these threats to law enforcement multiple times and nothing was done. Throughout that time, we were harassed regularly by individuals who made it clear that they did not accept our relationship. Let me see here. Oh my God. Much of the harassment was openly homophobic. When we returned to the site to check our mail, we discovered the skull of one of our dogs and its harness was placed in clear view. This caused both...
That is fucked up.
Okay, guys, get the baseball bat.
Huh? Baseball
Get
bat?
the baseball bat. We're just gonna stand on the sidewalk.
I just want to talk to him.
Menacingly, just staying there, not doing anything except just staring.
I just want to talk to him.
You know, like Michael Myers.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to
hang on.
I just want to talk to him.
The baseball bat is not enough. One, I need to call Adam Copeland and borrow his spike.
No, he won't.
Wait, guys. Who's the character where you don't fuck with their dog?
John Wick.
John Wick. I think we need to call him.
Yes, summon the Baba Yaga. Yes, call John Wick. He'll fucking do it.
Without your phone, we're getting John Wick on the line.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my.
Don't fuck with animals.
No, you don't, and that's fucking disgusting there. Let's see. This causes both severe emotional distress. No kidding. We began yelling and crying in response to the pain of what we saw. While we were doing this, a man approached us. He started yelling violent homophobic slurs at us. He then raised a gun from his lap and fired. Jonathan and I had no weapons. We were not threatening anyone. We were grieving. We were standing side by side. When the man fired, Jonathan pushed me out of the way. He saved my life. Jonathan is my husband. He gave me more love in our time together than most people ever get. We were newlyweds. We picked Valentine's Day. We were in the process of looking for a trailer and planning our future. He was murdered by someone who could not stand the sight of two men loving each other. I was with him when he passed. I told him how much he was loved. To everyone who supported him, his fans, his friends, know that he valued you deeply. He saw you as family. My focus is on protecting Jonathan's legacy and honoring the life we built together. If your concern is how someone coped with trauma or how loudly they speak when recounting injustice being ignored by authorities, then you never truly cared about my husband. Jonathan saved my life. I will carry that forward. I will protect what he built. Signed, Tristan Kern de Gonzalez. Oh
That
my!
is
I
absolutely terrible.
I did not know about the thing with their dog. Oh my god.
Same. It's awful.
God, that's disgusting.
You know, I always want to say, how can there be people like this in the world? And then I look around and I say, oh, yeah, that's why.
Oh yeah, that's fucking why. That's how.
I mean, considering how many school shootings we have,
Seriously, and
it's disgusting.
and that's the craziness about it, because like it doesn't even really relate to school shootings on that much, but the chaos of how freely and openly we have ourselves armed to the teeth everywhere, like especially like in the boonies or whatever, especially with people who don't fucking think straight or fucking have enough sense not to fucking fire on an unarmed person who's doing nothing to you. It's disgusting. So yeah, no, like Effie Bunny, Zoe, like I'm just like fucking. Oh my fucking god. No, I'm not kidding. I'm like seriously like fucking. I'm fucking shocked for this poor guy. And like he really probably did fucking nothing about like to them. Like even if there was a shouting fest, even if there was like some sort of shouting argument between Jonathan and the shooter, then fucking why pull out a gun? What was the fucking point? Great. You
Because
made
it's
your point.
pretty
You just
much a
killed the man.
dick measuring contest.
Like-
Except, someone dies.
It's fucking disgusting. It's fucking horrible. Let me take a look and continue on the BBC article over here.
Yeah, go right ahead. Go ahead,
Okay.
man.
Officers found Joss lying near a road in San Antonio after being called to report to a report of a shooting, CBS reported. A suspect, Sigfredo Alvarez Ceja, has been arrested on suspicion of murder. San Antonio Police Department statement added, investigators handled these allegations very seriously and have thoroughly reviewed all available information. Should any new evidence come to light, the suspect will be charged accordingly. Parks and Rec actor Nick Offerman paid tribute to Joss, telling People magazine, quote, "The cast has been texting together about it all day and we're just heartbroken. Jonathan was such a sweet guy, and we loved having him as our chief Ken Hotate. A terrible tragedy." King of the Hill creators Mike Judge, Greg Daniels, and Saladin Patterson said in a statement, quote, "Jonathan Joss brought King of the Hill's John Redcorn to life for over a dozen seasons, including in the upcoming revival. His voice will be missed at King of the Hill, and we extend our deepest condolences to Jonathan's friends and family." Now, yeah, here we got the reference to the Variety article that we just did, and here's how they were discussing the fucking thing from the Variety from the panel where he came up and sort of blurted out how he's kind of how fried he's been as of late. Now, this is the fucking crazy thing. Now, Jose, you said, like, you sent me some stuff regarding how people were messing with him in the interim time before he got killed, before he died.
Yeah, I sent you a post from one of our mutuals whose name I'm not going to mention. No, and that person was very adamant that we shouldn't be like, it doesn't matter what this person's crime was. Like, this guy was murdered. Like, What and people should not be so quick to dunk on him for his past history.
Oh, basically, that you mean to say that he had that even if he had shit that he was doing that might not have been on the up and up, the fact of the matter remains that he was killed for virtually no reason, and that there's no way to treat someone regardless of how bad they might have been. I think I
Yeah,
understand what you mean there.
like basically, I'm quoting it. I'm not gonna, like I said, not gonna
Yeah,
mention names. Like,
I pulled it up. I'll quote it. I'm not going to show it on screen there. Let's see here. I will, however, pull up the a comment from someone over here who was trying to fucking crap on him. Let me see here if it'll let me show without naming our friend. I don't want to inadvertently. It's not like they're doing anything that's required, like from doxing or whatever, but still.
privacy is important.
Yeah, privacy is important. Yes. Oh, there goes my camera. There goes my microphone. Go figure. Okay, 2 seconds. There's a way for me to fix this. Hang on. Let's see here. I'm just trying to fix this. There we go. Oh, too big. Too much. Too much. Okay, and there. Okay, so this is the example that our friend showed. And this is apparently a comment of somebody who fucking said this. Underneath the statement that was put out by Jonathan's widower. I lived across this man for years. He started gunfights constantly and he burned his own house down trying to make a meth lab inside. He constantly threatened his surrounding neighbors and played victim when cops came. Many neighbors have video proof of his torment. He used to throw bricks through my window and tore several of our mailboxes down. He was armed when he was shot and killed, and no one on that block ever yelled homophobic slurs at him. It's all I from his, quote, husband for sympathy. Okay. Number one, if this isn't about being homophobic, then you'd respect them and not try to diminish them by saying quote unquote that that's their husband, because what's his face? Because Jonathan's widower. I'm sorry, I blank on his name this whole fucking time. I'm sorry. Shit. Basically, he's a trans man. He's a transgender man, so born female, assigned female at birth, transitioned to male, so he's a man, and Jonathan Joss is also a man, so that's the whole deal. Even if this shit were true, which I doubt, only because of the extremity of how this person is going about with it. Yeah, Tristan Kern de Gonzalez. I keep blanking on his name. I apologize, Tristan Kern de Gonzalez.
You're fine.
I keep blanking on his name without meaning to. If this was an actual issue in this situation involving Jonathan, that he was like wild and he was a fucking crazy neighbor throwing bricks at people and starting fights out in the middle of the street, on the block or whatever. Even if that was the case, if he has actually gone out of his way to try to kill someone or to try to hurt someone like that, then fucking, yeah, no, of course, fucking, that stuff should be dealt with. But if there wasn't ever anything charged on him, if there was, the accusation is apparently enough for people, for some folks, and that's what they're gonna fucking go for because they just want an excuse to be a jerk about this guy. And I'm quoting our friend here. In the coming days, word of how terrible a person Jonathan Joss was will start coming out because people think that validates murder. It doesn't. We don't need to know if allegations are true to know he was murdered, which is always wrong. Remember how they treated George Floyd, revealing his previous arrest as if it meant he deserved to die without due process. Jonathan Joss was murdered. Period. His husband is mourning him. The person who murdered him fled the scene. So how valid was their reasoning? It doesn't matter which side you're on, or the result is the same. A man is dead and he was murdered, most likely for being gay and existing. Murder is condemned by the Ten Commandments, homosexuality or not. If you want to please your God, stop hating others. Fuck yeah. We got the bestest friends. We got cool friends. This person's a real
Yes,
deal.
we do.
Yay. And again, we hope they don't mind us quoting them without naming them. We don't know if they want to be named or anything, so just trying to keep, just trying to be respectful.
It's okay. It's all right.
Now
We're gonna be fine.
Now, this is something that was coming up while all of this was going. This was a situation that was coming up, just of how frazzled and how on the fringe poor Joss and his husband Tristan must have been. Now, this is up on the New York Post, so take it with a grain of salt. But this article was published on Tuesday, June 3rd. Headline on it reads, King of the Hill actor Jonathan Joss's tragic final days, scrounging for cash, begging for rides before murder. I gotta get money. And this is written by Alex Oliveira, and it was put up yesterday. King of the Hill actor Jonathan Joss had fallen on hard times and appeared to be financially struggling in the weeks before his murder, heartbreaking social media posts show. Joss, who portrayed John Redcorn on the cartoon comedy, had been in Austin over the weekend for an event he apparently organized, offering a Q&A session and a meet and greet with him, and also a chance to buy an autographed photo at 3 for $25, according to the San Antonio Express News. Quote, when I was 36, I didn't need crap like this, the 59-year-old said in a video as he rode a Greyhound bus to the Austin event. But now that I'm almost 60, I gotta get money. Fuck, man. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. This fucking baby. Oh my god, this little pupper. It looks like a little Dalmatian. Zayana, can you see it? No, you can't. Let me show you.
No.
Hang on. Give me
It's like, where? Screen? Where? What?
Give me a second. Give me a second here. Let me fix that. Alright. So, and there we go. Okay, you should be seeing it now.
Waiting.
Come on, any day now.
It's being stupid.
The year of the Diamond Dogs. While I'm waiting on that, let me take a look in the chat. See you later, guys. No, you're all right. Haley Ray, we'll check you later on here. It's still not sharing, is it?
Nope.
That is so bizarre.
It's being stupid.
It's being very stupid, clearly. There you go. Now you should see it.
My gosh. Look at that baby. Who can hurt something like that?
I know, right? It's fucking tragic, and obviously, he's a puppy dad, so he's a dog daddy. He's like who fucking anyone like if you got problems with dogs or whatever, then that's a fucking red flag for me, right fucking there. Like dogs.
All you should ever want to do to that dog is poop it on the snoot.
Exactly. Just like
look, it's a perfect
snug on over his face and fucking love on it
forever.
The
dog's adorable, my
let
goodness.
him kiss you on the nose and let him. Oh my god, man. Fuck.
That is so sad.
I know, it's fucking tragic, man. After the event on Saturday, which gave attendees the chance to party with John Redcorn, Joss wrote on Facebook that he had no way to get home and pleaded for someone to give him and his husband a ride.
What?
Unfortunately, my former manager did not help me get with transportation to get back to San Antonio, which was the plan. Now I'm being ghosted, he wrote on Facebook Sunday afternoon, explaining a short time later that they were on their way home. Fucking hell. Later that evening, Joss was gunned down outside his San Antonio home in what his husband, Tristan Curtis Gonzalez, said was a homophobic attack by a bigoted neighbor. Cops have disputed that claim and have said they found no evidence to support it. Sure, they haven't. But his struggles had been on display for weeks before the incident. Last week, he was thrown out of a King of the Hill panel in Texas after he stood up amongst the crowd and started speaking into a microphone that was intended for a Q&A portion of the event. This is the tiny things that kind of piss me off. The Variety magazine article that gives the details on it, it was from the person who was hosting the panel, and he was saying we're not sure if he was thrown out by security, but they said at the end that he left of his own accord. But here in the New York Post article, it's showing that they're saying he got thrown out. So they're fucking trying to skew the fucking perspective of how people want to look at this guy. Like, oh, he got thrown out. That must have been that he must have done something wrong to.
They're changing they're all trained to narrative.
Exactly. And those are the tiny little things that folks need to look out for. If you're looking at different, like, a good piece of advice for you guys. If you're looking at different articles about the same story, take a look at how they frame particular people's actions. It's going to be subtle if you're not paying attention, but if you read it and if you are paying attention, you'll see, like, oh, someone passed away instead of being murdered. Or there was a dispute that happened rather than a shooting out in the middle of the fucking street, which is what it was. That, oh, there was a dispute, there was an argument. No, there wasn't a fucking argument. If you have an argument, you don't go whipping out the blicky and start popping everybody. That's not what you fucking do. That's what you do when you want to fucking murder someone like an asshole. Oh my god. There's oh my lord. Let me take a look in here. Yeah, he was referencing an incident in February where his home did burn down. Neighbors, however, told TMZ it was caused after Joss tried to heat his home with a barbecue grill when the city ruled his home uninhabitable and shut off power. Of GoFundMe said, like, you see, this is the fucking thing. Like, there's different fucking perspectives on people fucking trying to spin this mess. Let's see. A GoFundMe was set up for Joss My fans after the fire and raised more than $10,000 while the fire left 3 of his pet dogs dead and the home destroyed. And you see, here's Jonathan with his husband here, with Tristan Kern.
Yeah.
Like, they're just a fucking regular-ass gay couple. Who cares, man? They're just regular fucking people. Who the fuck, like, so what if they're gay? So fucking what? What business is it to anyone else? What business is it to you? What business is it to me? I don't give a shit if you're gay, if you're straight, if you're transgender, if you're cisgendered. I don't care if you're black, white, brown, yellow, green, blue, violet. Although if you're a periwinkle, I'm gonna have a problem with you. Periwinkle is the worst color of all time. It is gross. It's pretending to be purple, and it's also trying to pretend to be blue at the same time. Periwinkle, you are not indigo. You do not get to straddle that line, bitch. Get out of here. I do not like you. Fuck Periwinkle. But besides that. I'm sorry. I'm fucking trying here. I'm fucking trying to do a joke.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, you're trying to add some small measure of levity to this.
Something. Because this is fucking horrible. This is stupid. It's senseless. Take my meds, I'm so angry. Fuck. I'm so angry, I'm medicating. Properly, that is. That shit should not... It doesn't affect anyone's fucking daily life. It doesn't affect anyone's fucking... how they fucking pay their fucking bills, how we get gas in our cars, how we fucking... celebrate our birthdays or our anniversaries or whatever the fuck. Let people be. Be and live and let live, motherfucker. What the hell? Let me take a look at the chat before I continue, because the article gets crazy over here. Was the one in the mailbox. What do you mean, Kyle? Oh no, are you talking about the doggy thing? Yeah, Mr. Quake, I saw your family told you about it. This is fucking insane here. I'm going to continue in the New York Post article because, like I said, this is the kind of stuff that you want to look up, and this is the kind of stuff that you want to check for yourself on different news sources. Let me see here. Other neighbors, however, told WOAI that Joss and his husband were harassed for their sexuality, but also agreed with numerous reports that they were, quote, erratic neighbors. And even shared that cops had once been called after Joss was seen walking around the street with a rifle while screaming. Officers were called to the home at least 40 times for welfare checks and disputes with neighbors since January 2024, according to police. Joss had stopped by the remains of his home Sunday to pick up a victim's fire fund check from his mailbox when his husband said they found the bones of one of their dogs hung on display. The actor started arguing with a neighbor over the site and was gunned down, Gonzalez said. Neighbor Sigfredo Alvarez Ceja, 56, was arrested blocks away shortly after and reportedly told police, quote, "I shot him with a rifle," according to court documents obtained by the Post. And that would be this guy right here, Sigfredo Ceja Alvarez. This is the face of a fucking guy who decided, you know what? I get to decide whether you live or fucking die. I get to decide whether or not you're worth keeping alive. And I've decided that you're not. So fuck you. You die now. And this is...
All right. It's loading here on my end. Yeah, no, fuck him.
Well, fuck that. No.
Fuck this guy. All right, let me see here. Despite the tragic picture of Joss's last days, actors who worked with him over the years mourned his loss and recalled the joy of working with him. Nick Offerman, yep, and Jonathan was such, yep. And here's the same quote from Nick Offerman, who played Ron Swanson, the guy in charge there, and one of everyone's favorite characters there. I'm legitimately fucking mortified at the situation because of how these folks are taking different news sources about this and like fucking spinning it their way, spinning it around in terms of different interests and shit. Like just to get different sources in order to get people pissed off or to get people to think of someone in one way or another over here. And that is not cool in any way, shape, or fucking form. Let me take a look over here. Jesus Christ. I'm also double checking another website that usually does a really good job in managing these kind of things. This one's called Ground News. And I think we ought to actually look into these guys because Ground News, they do a lot of... they're a news aggregate site, but they also work on doing things like showing people like news bias in terms of where you get your information from, and they give you like different sources so that way you can be more informed on where and how you're getting your stories, you're getting your news. Like over here, right. There's like they're over here showing like there's a total of 360 different articles involving his that talk about his death. They give the key highlights about the shooting. Let me see here. Yep, they talk about him being shot. They talk about the shooter, Joss's husband, giving the statement and the fucking investigation there. So as you can see, like there's no what do you call it? There's no like political bias on there, but this is all about basically showing where you get your news from and seeing how it might skew your point of view. This is something that folks really ought to look at for themselves in the future. This is just like me handing my advice about all this jazz. Kyle Canada, did the neighbor wear a red hat? There's no information on whether or not if he did wear a red hat or not. If he did, then for the love of God, he is in for a world of trouble. Because they don't like being implicated in shit that they like saying they would do to people. Especially considering what happened next. You guys really ready to be pissed?
Yeah.
Why?
You know what?
And you're right, Kyle. Boo this monster. Yeah, no fucking hell. Yeah. And the Joseph Santos is in the chat. Thank you for joining us, the Joseph Santos. Welcome to the Black Files. You're all caught up. I appreciate you joining us here. Yeah, Mike Judge is sad about it. Yep. And this is an article here from Fox 7 in Austin, Texas. Because of course he did. Jonathan Joss shooting. Murder suspect released after posting bond. Because of course.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Wait. Can you please repeat that?
Murder suspect released after posting bond.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
nope.
No, this is some horse shit and shenanigans. This is by Elizabeth
In my
Evans.
opinion,
sorry, go ahead.
Murder suspects should not be released with bond until they have their due process so that they can't just vanish.
So that they don't run away, yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
because then it's their fault if they vanish and it's proven that yes, they did kill someone.
and that's the crazy bit about it over here. So actually, there's some good news here. So this is by Elizabeth Evans and Adam Fullerton for Fox 7, who do crime and public safety beat. So in Austin, Texas, the man charged with murdering King of the Hill and Parks and Rec actor Jonathan Joss is now on house arrest after posting bond. Bexar County court records show that Sigfredo Ceja Alvarez, 56, posted a $200,000 bond on Monday night, the day after the deadly shooting. Ceja Alvarez was ordered to full house arrest and his pretrial supervision began on Tuesday afternoon, records show. Under the conditions of his bond, Ceja Alvarez is subject to random drug testing, is not allowed to possess any firearms, or make contact with Joss's family. A pretrial hearing is set for August 19th. So, and there we have more details about the shooting over here. Police arrested Ceja Alvarez in connection with the crime. He's charged with murder. TMZ reports Josh and Ceja Alvarez were neighbors and had been in disputes in the past. On Monday, Josh's husband posted online that the suspect, violent homophobic slurs. Slaying King of the Hill actor. Okay. Had been married since February. Jesus Christ. I just realized that's our fucking anniversary. Fuck, man. God damn it. Yes, K-Storm and I got married on Valentine's Day. Yes, we're that big of nerds. No, I'm not sorry, but fuck, man.
Fuck, Jesus.
Ugh! Oh my lord. And yeah, there we have the comments about the rest of his about the statement that Tristan Kern de Gonzalez was saying over here. And yeah, dig deeper. Claims by Joss's husband were refuted by the San Antonio Police Department in a statement on social media Monday night. And the department says if any new evidence comes out, the suspect will be charged accordingly. Okay, and then the backstory. And there we have, he was also appeared in films True Grit, The Magnificent Seven, and The Forever Purge. And he was also on shows like Tulsa King, starring Sylvester Stallone, Walker Texas Ranger, of course starring Chuck Norris, and Ray Donovan, starring Liev Schreiber. So he's been around. He's done his bits over here. Whether or not if there was anything mental health related or anything like that, or if there was just fucking, he was in a neighborhood with belligerent assholes, or if he was, or if he himself had a wild hair stuck up his ass and was also fucking belligerent on his own right, then fucking okay. So everyone can be a bit of a nutball. Everyone can be a bit of an asshole. That doesn't excuse or justify fucking killing anyone, regardless of how much of an asshole they are. It doesn't excuse it. We're not judge, jury, and executioner. And Zayana, the Joseph Santos is right on this. The bond posting is actually part of the due process. Because like, okay, are you able to post bond? Yes, then go ahead and post it. And you're due with these are the conditions for your bond. You're on house arrest, or you're not allowed to travel outside the state.
If there are those conditions, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Who says the law can't be bought? Fuck, I know what you're.
I mean, we've seen that before.
Sadly, yes, we're seeing in the middle of everything right now. We're
Even
watching
before what's going on right now. We've seen it.
Seriously, it's like what they were mentioned, like they mentioned in like our mutual friend, was mentioning in their post how like just remember how folks were denigrating George Floyd because he had prior arrest problems and he had his own issues, as if that was an excuse or a justification for him to be killed by that stupid cop that choked him out and knelt on his neck and killed him. Let's not kid ourselves, guys. Like we can have differences in opinion on how you want to see things, but like that was a cop who killed this man regardless. And in this case, this was a neighbor who killed this guy regardless. There's point blank period. There's no real justification to excuse murder. There's no real justification to excuse taking another person's life. Like, I don't care what your beef with them is. Fucking like I've said in the past how much I hate Onision, how much I hate YouTube's resident vegetarian pedophile. He's a fucking creep. He's a fucking monster. I don't believe that he deserves to draw a single breath of oxygen for the rest of my days here. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna go out of my fucking way to go out and murk the guy because I don't like him. You don't fucking do that stuff. I can say that shit. I'm not going to act on any of it, but I can say that shit. You can't go around and, like, taking that kind of action in your own hands because it's fucking wrong. Point blank, period. I don't care what the fuck your problem with the person is. And the fact that that Tristan Kern Gonzalez was over here pointing out how they were having issues with their neighbors because they're a gay couple. Like, even if they were a belligerent couple, even if they were belligerent neighbors who were, like, causing ruckus or whatever, it's fucking, like, that bumps the shit up to a hate crime regardless. That bumps the shit up into being a fucking premeditated fucking instance of killing him, of murdering this person just for being who they are. And yeah, Ulysses Fartknocker in the chat, this wasn't just murder, it was a hate crime. He needs to be thrown in jail for the rest of his life. I hated this person, but I don't mean literally. Shades of John Lennon. We lost Dale, Leanne, and now Redcorn. I know exactly, Luann and now Redcorn. Yeah, I know what you mean, Mr. Quake. Yeah, no, Brittany Murphy, when she kicked it, and that was tragic back then.
That was really tragic.
And yeah, the guy who voiced Dale, Gribble over here, it was sad because the way he was found dead, like, he was found in his home, passed away, and already began decomposing and stuff. You guys remember when we were talking about that?
No, I remember.
It's fucking tragic. It's like, you got to look out for people. People need to be able to look out for each other here, man. It's fucking terrible. Let's see. Matthew Coburn in the chat saying, put him under the jail. Whoo, lordy. On that, I would agree. Give me a second over here. I need to pass case from something. I'll be right back. Zayana, you guys continue for a bit, okay?
Yeah, no, by all means. Well, yeah, me and Ziada Rose will continue on. But this is a heavy topic, but this is an important topic that we need to discuss, especially right now at the beginning of Pride Month, because this is just a reminder that, people who are in the LGBTQ community, much like Jonathan Joss and his fiance, like, they don't. I mean, husband. My bad. People like them, they're always going to face, like, various degrees of, prejudice and discrimination and freaking, like, hate crimes, and even extremist stuff like what just happened. Like, I pray that this doesn't happen again. It's just awful.
I agree. And like you said, hate crimes like this are pretty much a dime a dozen. Some of them don't get talked about, and some of them are quite literally in the news. I mean, do you remember what happened with Pulse?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I do remember what happened with Pulse.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And you can't say that that wasn't a hate crime, just like how this was. If people say, oh, it wasn't a hate crime. No, it definitely was.
Mm-hmm.
It, like, 100%, yes, it was.
Sadly, you're right, guys. And, like, the problem with all this is that even if the police department, if they don't want to fucking try to prosecute it as a hate crime, like, number one, that just goes to show you, like, that's fucking Texas for you. They're fucking ass backwards on everything right now. They're trying to roll back rights for people left, right, and center just because they're fucking insane and they're nutballs, and they're the folks in Texas have it captured so that they can continue regressing society to back before the Civil War era, so everything's fucking insane. And yeah, you're right. We lost Tom Petty. Man, fucking yeah, you're right about that, Ulysses. I almost forgot about him. Yeah, some people think gay is not a race, like Jew or black. Sorry, I'm not being political. Not all Texans, says Mr. Quake. No, I get you. Not every Texan, but it just happens to be an unfortunately large amount of Texans who are up in this shit, and it's terrible because because of how like fucking stubborn it is. Like, I don't understand why anyone can like think that way and fucking think that it's all right. So I'm over here trying to figure everything else over here, and like you were mentioning over here, these shootings are unfortunately a dime a dozen, because for every one of these like killings of queer people that happens, that is publicized in the news, there's like 5 or 10 or 20 that don't get a peep, that don't get a single word.
Yep.
Fucking wild. And this is just going to show just how wild how everyone's been over here. Like I'm trying not to get too much into my stuff over here. Oh man, I'm just trying not to get so fucking worked up. Fuck, man.
Unfortunately, it's a heavy topic.
I know.
And it's one that a lot of us can feel, even if not in LGBTQ, race-wise, if you're neurodivergent, in so many of us are discriminated against and everything, that you see this and you say, that could have been me. And it's honestly really scary thing. It doesn't even have to be discriminated against. I mean, we have school shootings. Kids are killed. No one is safe from this stuff. And it's just, it makes me wish that we could change as humans. But again, I really don't have any hope, just because, I mean, what was the year that we literally had a school shooting every single day of the year?
It was 2015, 2016. It
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Like, that is, I don't even know how many kids died that year. But
And
again, I wish we could change, but you keep hearing about school shootings, or shootings at abortion clinics, or shootings at a freaking mall. Like, when does it stop?
seriously, it's like and half of the time it's like, oh, it's one lone person and they're very disturbed, and we need to be more about mental health, and then we fucking do nothing about mental
Except
health.
sometimes
It's just a
it
fucking
isn't mental
excuse
health.
to do nothing. Like, people who don't actually want to create a solution, or who don't want to fucking work on this kind of stuff, they just say, oh, well, this is a mental health issue, we should be mental healthing people better and more, than fucking not doing anything about it afterwards. Just saying like fucking platitudes and fucking filling up empty space with hot air and nonsense and shit they don't fucking seriously believe in. And at the same time, we've got people literally dying in our streets. We've got people who are being shot and killed for the most stupid and ridiculous reasons. Like even if you, like I mentioned earlier, even if you have a legitimate gripe with somebody, even if they're fucking the worst neighbor of all fucking time, that does not give anyone the right to take their life, not one fucking bit. Much less if it's because they're a gay person, or because they're Hispanic, or because they're fucking a minority that you don't like, or fucking whatever. You want to fucking be racist in your own fucking house. We live in the real world. We live in a society where we have to interact with all sorts of fucking people all the fucking time. I have to interact.
Because we're a melting pot.
Exactly. Thank you. The United States is a melting pot of society. I've got to deal with fucking people that I might not like all the fucking time, and if I wanted to fucking if I wanted to fucking express my frustrations, I'm not gonna fucking do it by taking their life. No, not at all. Like, that's not how you fucking handle this shit, man. That is not how. And yeah, you're right, Mr. Quake. Military has more common sense with guns than most civilians do. Yeah, it's because like in the military, there's like a whole series of de-escalations that you have to work on. Like if you're facing if you're in a combat situation, and if they're like before they even think of whipping out the blicky whipping out the Glock, and like, and they follow it to a T. Cops, they don't fucking follow that shit at all, because fucking that's a whole nother bag of can of worms I don't want to fucking unpack. Hi, K-Storm.
Yeah, they were called the rules of engagement, and they're about, last I checked, which, mind you, it's been some time, so it's probably gotten longer, about 2 pages, and we had to memorize them.
Exactly. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. It's like folks don't have any fucking education on how to handle firearms, but at the same time, like, we've got just people who are literally just acting out because they fucking can. They're whipping out their guns because they can't make up for it, for something else on the inside, and they're fucking using it in this flagrant manner just because they fucking can, just because they want to make a statement, because they want to prove a point, because they want to be able to say that they did it. Like, the fucking guy said to the cops when they arrested him, "I shot him."
It was like, how much more of a confession do you need?
It's open and shut. I shot him. Idiots. Unbelievable. Like, this better be like the easiest slam dunk of a prosecution there's ever been. It's you've got the guy literally confessing. And the problem with that is that, like, I'm over here fucking scared shitless because of how often we get these fucking people who, for one reason or another, feel that they're emboldened, that they can take the life of someone else just because they don't like them, just because they don't like that they're a different race, or that they're a different gender, or that they're a different sexuality, or because they're a different religion, or whatever the fuck. Like, that shit is not cool, and it's almost always a fucking, it's always like someone who's a minority who's being, like, fucking targeted for this kind of shit, because, like, why not? It's like we're the easy punching bags. You know, I can't begin to tell you how often in my life I've been spickarooed and, oh, hey, you like tacos and burritos? Hey, you're a filthy Mexican. Hey, you're just a filthy immigrant, or all this fucking shit. All my fucking life. Jose has probably dealt with that shit too over here as well. Like,
Yes.
fucking,
And it's fucking fucked up.
like,
And I don't wish that on anybody else.
like, getting picked on for being Hispanic was fucking stupid growing up. Like, fucking, now, like, now this is like, we're basically tangentially members of the LGBTQ community. I really don't feel like I am one. I'm feeling more like an honorary member, you know? I just get, I get the little hall monitor pass, fucking whatever. The only reason why I would even be qualified is because my spouse is biromantic aroace. So, like, by default, that means that I'm part of the community too. So, but even that's a little diminishing for me. But that doesn't mean that I'm fucking not empathizing even more for people, that I'm not fucking empathizing for everyone in this community, for everyone in who's also LGBTQ, and, like, fucking, like, this shit's fucking terrible, man. There's no fucking need for it. There's no fucking excuse for it. Haley Ray Stout, yeah, the Metal Gear Solid Delta. You're right. That was announced. It's coming out very soon over here. We're just waiting to see when it'll pop up. We talked about it a few months back when they were showing some of the sneak preview stuff. But yeah,
That's right.
like, and yeah, Mr. Quake, I support human life. Same here. I'm literally just in support of living and letting people live. Don't, like, cause no harm. If so long as you harm none, do as you will.
Leave them alone and they'll leave you alone.
Exactly. And the reason why people are like all pissed off, like, oh, why do you have to be so gay in front of me? Why do you have to be all this queer? We don't need a whole Pride Month. You don't need a whole Pride Month or anything like that. That's just stupid. You're just being ridiculous. Like, no, the reason why the LGBTQ community needs a Pride Month is exactly because of this shit that happened. Is because folks are being murdered just for being queer. And it's fucking bullshit.
That's why I hate it when people say, well, what about White Month? White Pride Month.
Or what about straight pride?
Yeah, it's like, you guys don't get it if you're asking that. You are not being discriminated against for being straight. You're not discriminated against being white. Like me, I am white. I have that privilege. However, I'm also a woman, so I also have a disadvantage. But it's like the amount of people who keep saying this year after year, whenever these months come, it's like
without
I wish
fucking
we could
fail.
beat some sense into them, figuratively,
without
not really.
fucking fail,
But
it's always somebody be like, oh, well, why not straight Pride Month?
yeah.
Like you
Again, you're
guys
not
are
being
missing
discriminated against.
like you guys are missing the point. Like it has nothing to do with you having your own like month to of celebration. Like it's more than that.
It's more than that. It's an affirmation. Like, folks deserve basic human decency. They deserve basic human rights. You can't fucking like it's so fucking ass backwards. It is so fucking reductive and regressive for people to fucking believe that we have to be like separated by like our races or our sexualities, and that there must be one that is superior to all, because why the fuck not? No, it's like, no, fucking miss me with that shit. That shit went out of fashion, as far as I'm concerned, the day England learned how to boil water. All right? That if they boiled their water to make tea, that would actually be good for them. That's when fucking that sort of fucking thinking, as far as I'm concerned, that's when it should have gone out the window and should have fucking stayed out. But no, the shit's fucking surviving through to the 21st century alive and well, because it's fucking disgusting. Because there are still people who will push that belief either because they hold it sincerely or because they profit off of driving others towards that belief one way or another. You know, like, case in point, assholes like that fucking Nick Fuentes, who literally goes on like, oh yeah, no, I want there to be master races. I want women in the kitchen. I want women in veils at church forever. Ha ha. Like, being a fucking creepy, racist, misogynistic loser.
You mean like Handmaid's Tale?
Like who? Yeah, exactly. Like Handmaid's Tale. That's his wet dream. Like an idiot. He doesn't know how it ends, though. The Joseph Santos. I see all the murder. I see all the murder the same. Exactly. That's even the crazy part on it. Like, even if you wanted to remove the implications of it being a hate crime because he was gay, even if you wanted to take that out of the equation, it's still murder and it's still wrong. Like, there's no fucking ways about that. Yeah, look at AIDS and HIV in the 80s. I remember that. I know about that. Like, the fucking fucking Ronald Reagan's lack of action in helping to stem the AIDS crisis because he didn't want to really put any resources in it. I believe there was a quote of something he said, and you can thank Lindsay Ellis for this. What's the quote over here? It's like, do the minimum and look pretty doing it, or something like that. I'm gonna find out exactly where it was, because she titled that as her video essay on the musical and the movie of Rent. So, Z Ellis. Okay. Oh my lord. There we go. Okay, yeah. Look pretty and do as little as possible. That's the quote. And that was apparently something that she lifted that quote directly from, like, documentation from Ronald Reagan because he didn't care about gay people. He didn't care about the AIDS crisis. And it wasn't until someone was personally affected in his life that he gave a shit enough of there to be any sort of work on it.
Oh,
Which
man.
will not happen anymore.
No kidding.
Because
No
you know what
fucking
happened,
kidding.
right?
Yeah.
With the research, yeah. We were so close.
This fucking close. We're this close.
Disappointment, man.
But no.
Because the trials were going very, very, very well.
But apparently not well enough for folks who want to try to invest in our
Oh no, they
future.
just thought it didn't matter.
Yeah. Like that's just like that's just a record of that's just a proof of systemic systemic forms of violence towards a group of people. And as much as we might not like it, like to fess up to it or own up to it in terms of our collective history as the American people, we've done really stupid and shitty things to people who are citizens, to people who live here. Case in point, the Trail of Tears, fucking Andrew Jackson, fucking dispossessing and murdering fucking throngs of whole Native American people. There's the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II, having their civil liberties and their rights stripped away in order to fucking like, oh, we're in wartime and you might be in the enemy, so we're keeping you here for your own safety. But it was brutal on our fucking on our goddamn fucking soil. If you folks haven't done so on your own time, please, like, this was required middle school reading for me. Farewell to Manzanar.
Yep.
Do you guys remember that book?
It's been a while, but I remember the name. Yeah.
Vaguely, I remember it.
Yeah, it was about a Japanese American family who was interned at the Manzanar Center, at the Manzanar internment camp here during World War II, and how it was narrated. It's written in the. Hang on, I'll pull it all up because this is too important for me to fuck up over here. Yeah, by okay, so yeah, this is describing like the experiences of Jean Wakatsuki Houston. It's a memoir that her and her husband James D. Houston wrote regarding her experiences living at the Manzanar internment camp, and how everything was both like before, during, and after the war and their relocation and everything. There was a made-for-TV movie that was in it. It was made in 1976. Pat Morita, you know, Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid, he was in that fucking movie too. But yeah, and it's just fucking insane. And yeah, Manzanar, for anyone who doesn't know, is a real place. It was an internment camp that we had, one of 10 during World War II for relocating Japanese Americans and other Asian Americans in order to protect them from the Axis forces. So yeah, folks, we're getting a minor civics lesson, minor history lesson here. Hey, fucking seriously. We claim to have better morals or whatever, but it wasn't as great as anyone would want to whitewash this over to believe. I mean, like, for real, you have like barracks set up with actual individual families being curtained off in the barracks rather than having their own separate rooms or having actual privacy. There's like maybe one, if you're lucky, 2 toilets in each facility. Fucking, it's just disgraceful. So yes, please, folks, look up the book Farewell to Manzanar. Read it. It is a must-read. For the love of God, educationate yourselves. It's a book. Read the fucking book. If you don't want to read the book, look for the made-for-TV movie. Fucking look that up. I'm sure they've got it around here some fucking where on the internet.
See, this is also why we need to make sure that we actually learn about history and about,
rewritten history, edited history.
No, agreed. 100%. Because those who don't learn from their history are doomed to repeat it.
Well,
So
I mean,
I'm-
considering the fact that a lot of people, like younger than us, never heard of the Trail of Tears.
No, they never did, and they were just like fucking.
And some people even think that the Holocaust wasn't that bad.
Just and it's fucking tragic because we need to actually have this sort of history. We need to have
There's
this
a
sort
reason
of
why
education.
we read this.
Exactly. Like fucking. Hold on a minute. Let me look for something else over here because there was a fucking crazy another piece of history that I never learned about in the fucking history books, that I never fucking learned about. There we go. Yeah, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, so yeah, the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre, which happened which was in May and June, the end of May 31st to June 1st of 1921. And all this was basically taking the community of Greenwood, which was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which was growing on its own to have its basically become its own Black Wall Street. And in the course of a pair of days, the entirety of 35 square blocks were destroyed by a white supremacist faction in there. And we just nothing. No history books, no fucking essays, no required reading, no nothing. There's no fucking way that we fucking reconcile this kind of stuff, man. Like, if you folks don't believe me on any of this, then here, like, literally, TulsaHistory.org. They'll even tell you about their own fucking history. The attack on Greenwood, the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. Fucking hell, Mr. Quake. Germany owns their own mistakes too. Yeah, exactly. Jesus, even Germany knows better than to fucking keep that stuff up. Canada did it much worse towards Native Americans, says Mr. Quake as well. And yeah, Kyle, Canada's saying, well, with history books being rewritten lately, we need the real history lesson. We absolutely do. This is why this shit needs to be brought up. This is why this kind of stuff is important. Yeah, we're talking about racial stuff, but we're also talking about folks stuff in the queer community. Do I need to do I need to actually tell people what happened in that started like gay pride? Do I need to educate people on that? I hope not. I hope that there's enough folks who know about this, or at least enough folks who knew about what drove this stuff, the Stonewall riots of 1969.
Mm-hmm.
No. Listen, Juan, listen to me. Listen, the information is out there. We are a lot of our audiences, a lot of people who watch us. They are adults. They can look up the informations on their own. They can look it up and educate themselves. All right, like you are not responsible to educate everyone about what they need to know.
No, but I am responsible for helping inform and bring forward information and knowledge to our whole audience during the show. Because even if it's tangentially related to this shit, which in this case is a little more directly related, the Stonewall riots are how gay pride began. And yeah, that's basically because it was a demonstration against a police raid that happened. That was basically an authorized attack on gay people that was happening in Stonewall in New York, at the Stonewall Inn in New York City. So fucking, I have an obligation to at least tell people about it. So yeah.
No, fair enough. But you are not responsible for their choices after the fact.
No, I understand that. That's why I'm not gonna try and twist anybody's arm. I'm not gonna try to twist anybody's nerves or nothing like that. Because this shit, like you said, I'm not their daddy. I'm there to fucking just let people know. Like this, like literally, this is what fucking happened over here. Like one of the fucking signs that's actually up to this day. This is a rated premises, Police Department, City of New York, with Howard R. Leary, Police Commissioner. That was the sign they put up at the time that they took the hotel by force and arrested a bunch of folks who were LGBTQ just for being queer. And it was fucking horrible. And it got worse from there. And like I said, this stuff is important history regarding the queer community and regarding why this stuff needs to be remembered. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to continue having to do a bunch of demonstrations and having to do a bunch of fucking parades and all this stuff, because it shouldn't be necessary to do this shit. But because we live in a society, it is fucking necessary, because we've got ourselves set up in a situation where marginalized folks aren't just being like mistreated by assholes in the street, but also being mistreated by their government. You know what I mean? And that's a prime example of it. And this is one of the reasons why fucking why it pisses me off, and why this shooting of Jonathan and Joss just fucking hits me something different. Ulysses Fartknocker in the chat says Tom Hanks said something about this. He was furious, as am I, about how this wasn't taught in history. It would have been a light bulb moment for him. Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Ulysses. Kyle, oh yes, our history is disgusting, but this is why we have reconciliation, and we acknowledge our past and are still making amends. Exactly, Kyle. Jesus, that's how you fucking do this stuff. You got to actually have systemic steps towards reparation, towards reconciliation, towards reintegrating the communities in an equitable way, so that people don't have to worry about being shot in the street for being gay, or for being Hispanic, or for being disabled, or for being Jewish or Catholic or Muslim or Protestant Christianity, fucking whatever. If you're periwinkle, though, I still got an issue with you. I don't give a damn. You think I'm letting periwinkle off the hook?
Juan will
Why
die.
do you think
on
I'm so
that
nervous around all those homestuckers? That gray was looking a little too periwinkle. Their gray body paint, just a little bit. So I wasn't giving them side eye for being cringe and for being homestuckers. I was giving side eye because their makeup mix was a little off. Not gray enough, just a little tinge of periwinkle. Don't try to shade it in. The characters are gray. Don't fucking try me. Fucking periwinkle.
Oh my God.
Goodness. Juancho, we love you, man.
I appreciate it. Fucking hell. Yeah, 2010s. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying over here. Like fucking Jesus Christ. I just wish that we didn't have to deal with this kind of shit, but this is the world we live in, and unfortunately this is the mess that we have to deal with. OMG Metrocon flashback. The Homestuck reference. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben. Oh, I was about to say, like, what the fuck? Oh my God. I think I should go ahead and call it for now. Zayana, Jose, let me go ahead and get your final thoughts on here, starting with the ladies first.
I pretty much said most of what I was going to, but I wish I could say I'm used to hearing about things like this happening, but I don't think I ever will be, just because it's like you have to stop and be like, again? This person was just trying to be themselves. Like, again, we don't know if, they were getting into hissy fits with the neighbors and everything. It seems like a lot of he said, she said. So until more people step forward about that, I'm taking that with a grain of salt. So,
Yeah.
but I feel really bad for his husband. Like, that's losing someone like that, especially right in front of you. That's they're going to need therapy.
Fucking-
There's
yeah, poor
no way that
Tristan.
you can just bounce back that quickly from that. They are going to be feeling this for a very, very long time. Not only did they lose their house and their
And 3 of their
dog,
dogs.
yeah, 3 of their dogs, but now they literally just lost the husband and love of their life, all because of this asshole decided that he should die. Like,
It's fucking ridiculous.
I don't think we'll really ever understand what goes through these people's minds when they decide, nope, I'm gonna kill this person. I mean, I know technically there are deep dives with, murderers and all that stuff with how their brain works, but it's still to comprehend what makes someone just put up the gun, boom, is I don't ever want to understand that.
Neither will
So
I.
my heart goes out to the husband as
Tristan,
well
yeah.
as everyone else who was close to him. And I hope they can find some type of closure.
So do I, Zayana. So do I. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, no, we're feeling for Tristan over here, because this is the worst fucking thing that can happen to someone right in front of them. And the fact that somebody had the fucking nerve to go through their the house's burnt remains, grab their dogs their dead dogs' bones and put it up as a display like a fucking effigy.
Yeah, that seemed
That's
like that was
disgusting.
definitely intentional.
That was
So that was
that's
definitely premeditated. No one just goes through that and puts
that's
that.
prostituting out of somebody else's misery.
Exactly. No, that's fucking making it even worse there. Also, I see Jeannie Rick is in the chat. Thank you, Jeannie Rick, for joining us tonight. And thank you for being an inner flocker for 33 months!
Yay! Thank you so much.
Yeah,
You are
sorry,
awesome.
I'm not as animated on that. OMG, no way, 33 months. You guys rock. Rock out emoji. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jeannie Rick.
You rock too.
You rock. Yeah, thank you. And Kyle Canada was saying, I literally saved a First Nations guy today. He passed out on the trail, and I checked him and helped him until the ambulance arrived. Fucking good on you,
That's
Kyle.
wonderful.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good on you, Kyle.
All
Thank
right.
you very much. You did a good thing there, man. Saw Nick Offerman tell off that guy on Twitter for using a Ron Swanson gif. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw that too, Matthew Coburn. Because some fucking dope was trying to took a gif of when Ron Swanson took a computer and fucking threw the whole thing in the dumpster. Except somebody superimposed the rainbow pride flag over the computer, as in like throw the whole pride flag away kind of fucking thing. And Nick Offerman.
Oh, I saw that.
And Nick Offerman in there was saying like, "Motherfucker, Ron Swanson was the best man at a gay guy's wedding. Fuck you."
Hell's yeah, man. Shit.
So yeah, but yeah, no good.
I wish he was my father figure.
I don't think you want him as your father figure. Nick Offerman or Ron Swanson?
Yes.
Good point. All right. All right. Let's see here. Okay, Jose, go ahead.
My final thoughts?
Give us your final thoughts, and what can we expect on tomorrow night's edition of Wrestle Rewind?
All right. So my final thoughts. First of all, my heart does go out to the widow, to the fiance, and my heart also goes out to the friends and family of Jonathan Joss. Like, I know that they're grieving, and it's going to take them a very long time for them to not only to move on and process everything that just happened, and all because Jonathan Joss was gay, all for just existing, and it's really fucked up. Like, it's fucked up that his house got burned down, that folks burned his house down, and he had nowhere to live, but to fucking like take his life and take the life of their dog, like
you mean the fire, because the fire is what killed their dogs.
Sorry, but for all that to happen, that is so fucking awful, and it is so like malicious and evil on the murderer's end. And God, man, like I pray that never happens to any of our friends, in this community. But I pray that this shouldn't happen to anybody. Like you said earlier, Juancho, like that's not a way to resolve issues. Like going out there and taking and murdering someone. Like, no, dude. And this is, like I said, like people who don't learn from their history like are doomed to repeat it. And this shit, this extremist like prejudice shit that happens, whether you're a person of color or you're a person of different gender or different orientation or whatever, like unfortunately, this type of racism and extremism and just fucking ignorance is here to is has become a permanent fixture in our society, and it's fucked up. I hate saying it. Unfortunately, it is true. And it is fucked up that these words are coming out of my mouth. And the only thing that we can do to move forward is to not only look out for our friends and family, but also, you know, educate and inform. Educate and inform, because not many people out there these days are willing to go on the internet or pick up a book and learn about these things and learn about our history, and how many of these social and radical events we've had to deal with and had to move on from over the past over the years. Like, yeah, that's all I've got right now.
Right. Well said, Jose. Very well said. All right. What can we expect on tomorrow night's edition of Wrestle Rewind, Joe?
All right, so I apologize because this shit's getting heavy on me as well, and I'm trying to keep my composure.
No, you're right.
All right, so for tomorrow night's edition of Wrestle Rewind, which is every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube at Kick, join me and my tag partner, Mr. Juan Arouse.
Don't touch me!
I'm in a different room.
Good. Keep it that way.
As we review three of the most exciting pro wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. For tomorrow night's edition, we're going to be returning to our regular format, and we're going to be reviewing those three shows, including this year's annual TV special of AEW Fyter Fest, which apparently for tonight it is a 4-hour TV special.
It ran 4 hours, motherfuck. Like, yeah, I get wanting to do a TV special, but 4 hours for it? I would expect 3 for like it to be like a pay-per-view style thing, but 4? Like
that's longer than one Lord of the Rings movies, and each one of the Lord of the Rings films is 3 hours long.
3 hours long. Yeah, Jesus. Like, buddies, guys, what the hell? They must have had a buttload of fucking matches. Make sure that you watch them all, Jose, because we need to find out what the best and the worst of them are.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, with that being said, Juan, I pass the ball back to you.
Appreciate it there, Jose. Thank you very much for that. And I'm going to go ahead and give my final thoughts here as well. Like I said, I don't need to be a queer person to feel for when queer people are suffering. I don't need to be a black person to feel when black people are suffering. I don't need to be disabled to feel when disabled people are suffering. I just need to feel. I just need to have basic human decency, basic human empathy. That's like why when I fucking wrote up the stuff for my campaign, I fell on the term radical empathy, because that's something that we need as a country. That's something that we need as a people right now. We need to actually like show empathy towards each other and base our actions on what would we want for ourselves over here. So you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and yeah, I'm just like, I'm just trying to figure what else can be done over all this stuff. I'm only trying to I'm only here trying to figure out what else can be said or done. Like, I really can't say anything more because words without action don't go anywhere. Words without action don't do anything. It's literally just empty. It's just hot air filling up empty space, taking up time and energy and effort that people should be doing, should be taking, and directing it towards actually fucking solving problems, not fucking kicking the can, not fucking capitulating to people who just want to press the heel of their boot into your face for the rest of your life. That's no way to fucking live. You need to treat people the way you want to be treated. I know I'm nobody's father. I'm nobody's dad. I'm not your husband. I'm not your uncle, your brother, or whatever. I know I've fucking made my own mistakes in my own time. So I'm not going to try and act holier than thou and say that I've never made a mistake. I've never had a racist or an ableist or a sexist or a homophobic thought a day in my life. No, of course not. Everyone has had these kind of things. But what you do with those thoughts and with those actions afterwards, that is what should define you, and that is what we need to act on. And what I've done after those after having those thoughts, after having those feelings, after having those urges and impulses to want to act out in a rash manner because I didn't fucking understand, is that I fucking educated myself. I fucking learned. I fucking opened my mind. I opened up to different possibilities of how one person can live in this world. Opened myself up to different people's forms of experiences. I understand people now who live with chronic pain, not just because I have a chronic disorder myself, but because I've learned from people who also have had them themselves and have expressed in detail the kind of hardship that they go through. I've dealt with people who have been marginalized for being Muslim or for being Hindu or for being Jewish. I've had friends who are Muslim and Hindu and Jewish. I've had friends who are Catholic, who are Protestant Christians, who have been made fun of or put down for their religious beliefs. I've had Asian friends. I've had black friends. I've had white friends. I've had Hispanic friends. I've had Indian friends, Australian friends, British friends, Russian friends, Egyptian friends, fucking Brazilian friends, fucking like Dominican Republic friends, and like fucking all over the place, everywhere. And like, we all have different lived experiences, and I understand that. And I understand that not everyone's going to be able to see eye to eye, but what we should all be able to fucking agree on is, okay, like, everyone talks about, oh, my personal rights and my personal beliefs, and oh, I have my freedom to speak and my free, like, what people forget about the freedoms granted to us in the U.S. Constitution is that your rights end where my rights begin. So the moment you infringe on someone else, the moment that you actually cut in on someone else's way of life, so long as they're not harming anyone else, so long as they're not doing any harm to anyone, so long as they're not participating in anything harmful or hateful or fucking violent, and if you're infringing on it, you're in the wrong. Point blank period. It's that simple. Don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Live and let live, be and let be. For fuck's sake, it's not that fucking hard. We're not fucking idiot mammals living in caves anymore. We're human fucking beings. We developed empathy as a survival tactic for the entirety of our community as a species, and there are still fuckers living in 2025, the year of our Lord 2025 AD, who believe that skin pigmentation and how close you lived to the equator or how far you lived from the equator automatically makes you somehow better than other fucking people. Miss me with that shit. Or people that believe that fucking, that your sky daddy in the sky is better than my sky daddy in the sky. Miss me with that shit. or if you've got people who love someone that you wouldn't particularly want to go out with, like, oh my god, that's a guy fucking kissing another guy, or that's a woman kissing another woman, or that's a trans person who had gone through so much anguish in their fucking lives that they're fucking trying to get their mind straight, and in order for them to do so, they reaffirm their identity for who they are, and so they transition, whether they do it socially or they do it surgically or biologically, whatever fucking matters. But oh my god, suddenly this person is living that way, and I think that's icky, and therefore they don't deserve to be treated like a human. Miss me with that shit. Fuck the fuck off with that nonsense. Fucking learn something. Read a book. Open your eyes. We live in a melting pot. We live where with other people who aren't exactly like you. Imagine for a moment. Imagine if you could live hypothetically in a nation where every person is exactly like you, all across the fucking board. You'd go nuts. Not only would you go nuts, but that type of society won't last more than a generation or two, because that shit, a single-minded mentality, one form, one idea, one way of living, one religion above all, one fucking sexuality above all, fucking one race above all, that shit doesn't last. It literally does not last. We have documented fucking evidence of fucking people who have not made it fucking last. And it's fucking insane how people don't get the fucking picture. Yes, Genie Rick, they would be boring. If you may or may not remember, Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants learned this shit the hard way. He thought that if he lived in this community that was squids only, that he was going to be in paradise. And then you slowly fall and see that every day is exactly the same, and he's like slowly losing the life out of himself. And it's literally because everyone is exactly like him. And it's driving him nuts. Say what you fucking want about my attitude, say what you fucking want about my faith, about my sexuality, about my religion, about my ethnicity, say whatever the fuck you want, but I'm living in the here and now, and I'm looking forward in the future, and I'm living with people who want to see this future for every fucking buddy, including the bigoted dumbasses who don't think that we deserve to live. Jonathan Joss did not deserve this. Nobody deserves this kind of fucking treatment, even if you take race and gender and fucking sexuality and ethnicity out of the fucking picture and religion out of the fucking picture. Even if you take it out, murder is murder and it's still fucking wrong. I don't care what holy book you subscribe to. I'm pretty sure every single fucking one of them says taking someone else's life is fucking wrong. Period. So anyone who wants to try to come and fucking justify that shit, miss me with that shit. Fucking grow a fucking brain. Exactly, we can't all be the same. You're right, Genie Rick. And thankfully, this is all we've got for, we're gonna go ahead and cut it off for now, because I'm gonna give myself a goddamn ulcer with this fucking thing, and I am not ready for that kind of... Yeah,
goodness sake,
and I'm not looking for that kind of stress, but whatever happens in this story or in any other stories that delve in the darker side, the more hard-hitting side in the world of geek culture and nerd culture and pop culture, you better believe that we'll cover it right here on this show, the uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock, The Black Files, hosted by yours truly, Juan Arouse. Be sure to request access as we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/RavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Flock. Jose Rose Cosplay and Jose Casabona. I am Juan